What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our Road to the GOAT series for NBA 2K22. So, Hall of Fame League, I need one more game to win. I could not lose another game. I lost a couple games again, playing on my own time, trying to get back and trying to advance to the greatest of all time. So I'm pulling out all the stops here. I'm going with the best team in the game that is not an all-time team. And this is the Golden State Warriors 2016-2017. At first, I thought the Bucks could compete with them, but man, this 16-17 Warriors team, they got it. I lost to them when I had the Milwaukee Bucks, and I didn't know the Warriors had such good defense like that. I mean, even at like the bigger positions that like the 4 and 5, of course Draymond could play defense, but JaVale McGee, he was locking down Giannis, man. And you know, when you play with this team, with the Bucks, they're pretty good. So the Warriors could handle them like light work, like lightweight, man. That means the Warriors are really the best team in this game. And so I'm trying to come out on top and advance to the greatest of all time, where we can hopefully capture the trophy. So our matchup here, just one game in this video. This is win or restart this dang league again. And I'm definitely not trying to restart. And you can see that here by me picking the 16-17 Golden State Warriors. So my opponent has the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a team I played with, and I was on the other end of this matchup where my opponent had the 16-17 Golden State Warriors, and I had the Milwaukee Bucks. And how this guy played, man, it was just basically what you would expect from a Golden State Warriors user in the higher leagues. This guy came out immediately in a 2-3 zone. He was just playing off balls, spam reaching and everything. And, you know, I tried my best to go to work with Giannis, backing him down at the top of the key and then kicking it out for a three-pointer. But you miss shots. This Warriors team, they're going to get out on the break, those shots up quickly and hit it, and then you're right back on offense where you might miss a shot again. And when the Warriors go to that 2-3 zone, their defense is kind of impeccable. When you penetrate the paint on this team, they collapse, and if you kick it out, you can't get the ball out fast enough to a wide open guy, so it makes it difficult to score. So that's why I say this team is the best team in the game aside from any all-time team. So let's get to the game here, man. My game plan really is to get Kevin Durant going. In the first half of the game, I want to get Kevin Durant going, you know, seeing what he could do. And then we have two other stars on this team, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. They can get the job done. That's all I really need. Everyone else who contributes and score, that's a plus for us. But, you know, it's going to mostly come down to our defense. You know, my defense been lacking. I haven't been playing the best defense. And my opponent game plan here was exactly this. Look at him. I don't know why he keeps trying to, like, force his way to the paint. And I noticed that so much in this league, in the Hall of Fame league, is that, man, once anybody gets in that restricted area, and I know I say this every video, once you get in that restricted area and you have like a decent guy who can shoot close range, it is so hard to defend because, you know, they could camp in the paint, not really camp in the paint, but they could stay in the paint for like more than 3 seconds, and then you're trying to contest, and if you don't contest, if you just put your hands up, it's not a strong enough contest, and it just leads to frustrating moments. And I noticed that a lot in this league, and it's kind of hard to stop, especially when your opponent runs the pick and roll and the screener rolls right to the rim, and your off-ball guy, the one who's defending the roller, doesn't really bump the screener out the way, and it leads to easy buckets. Look at my opponent here again. Gets his own rebound, gets it back again, goes back up once more time, and I get the stats blocked with JaVale McGee. I'm on the break. I'm a little bit frustrated now, so I got to give him some payback, and I got it with Steph Curry. But, you know, I can't really humble brag here because, you know, when you choose this team, it should be an easy victory. Like I said, when you choose this Warriors team, it's hard not to win with them, especially when you're in the higher or lower leagues. It doesn't really matter what league you're in. Look, we're going to work with Kevin Durant. The lineup he's running is just not going to cut it because KD is a beast, Steph is a beast, Klay Thompson is a beast, and as soon as I get Kevin Durant going, then now he needs to bring the double team and try and limit Kevin Durant from scoring, and then I have Steph Curry and I also have Klay Thompson. Durant off a screen, my opponent he's gonna have to try and switch something up. I don't know what strategy to tell you because this team in this game is just way too overpowered. I would really say that they're kind of overpowered on the defensive end because when I had the Bucks and I was going up against this team, as I mentioned earlier, Giannis was just missing dunks, missing contested dunks. I'm like, man, Giannis should be slamming it down on these people's heads. But the Warriors defense, it was pretty good. But like I said, you get that low into the paint, there's nothing I can really do. I get bumped out the way and he's able to make the shot, and that was my opponent game plan for this whole game. He wasn't really too focused on threes and he hanged in there for a majority of the game. I know the score is 10-22, but you know, he was doing his thing on the offensive end, just really getting to the paint, and I don't know why I could not stop it. It seems like anything I do, if I let the computer play off, if I let the computer play on-ball defense, the guys still get to the rim. If I try to play on-ball defense, they still get to the rim and abuse me. But you know, I really don't know how to strategize for that. I even tried going into the settings, but you know, let's see how it turns out in this game. Right now, we're looking good. We're looking like we're gonna advance to the greatest of all time. Score is 10-26, but Giannis throws it down over Steph Curry, and now it's 12-26. So every time I'm coming up on offense, I'm taking my time. I don't want to rush anything. You don't have to get too carried away when you're playing with the Golden State Warriors and Stephen Curry. Nice little layup there, gonna extend that lead back. So he scores, I score, and right now in this second quarter, it was just a bit of a back and forth game. Klay Thompson, nice little release, 31-12 now. And whenever I play with the Golden State Warriors, this is not my first time using them, but you know, I just gotta let the game come naturally. Look at Kevon Looney here, hitting the mid-range. It's no need to force nothing. Although you could force shots with Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson, and I've definitely seen guys who done that against me and make a lot of shots, but that's not how I really play. I like to play in a bit of a rhythm, bit of under control. Good defense there by us. He gets the ball back and I end up fouling him and he makes the shot there. But yeah, I like to play on the offensive end. I like to play under control. If we're not on a fast break opportunity, then let's slow it down. Let's get a play going, try and get my opponent in a mismatch situation so we can take advantage of that. But in this league, I noticed especially like the things I used to do in the lower league, they're not really working. Like the computer defense is a lot better. It seems like they may have tuned the sliders or anything, or I don't know how it works, but when I run pick and fades, the computer defense for my opponent, they know how to stay on, how to stay attached to the guys, or if they need to switch or not. So you know, it's at the end of the day, these games, like I said, they're getting harder, and I think the competition has gotten a lot better, or everybody is just going to what works best in this year 2K22, and that is clearly get into the paint, man. And in this game, I was getting to the paint too. Steph Curry getting into the paint there, 40-16. I mean, right now we're looking pretty good. We struggled for like the past 2 weeks in this league, man. In a live stream we did pretty good, but I took that loss when the guy, of course, had the Golden State Warriors and I had the Dallas Mavericks. And I'm so tired of this league because this league, it only creates mismatches. Like, this is a rare time where we get tier 1 versus tier 1, but that's that's not kind of a surprise because, you know, everybody's gonna choose tier 1 teams. But when it comes to tier 2 and tier 3, that's where you see some crazy mismatches, and it's just ridiculous. Like I always say, like, you know, it's not really worth playing the games if you don't get extra victories like you did in NBA 2K16 playing online. So, and then when you lose vital game, and then you have to restart again. So I don't know, hopefully 2K changes playing online next year. I don't think there's much for them to do, but you know, they've been leaving this game mode on the back burner for some time now, and I don't know when the next update is really gonna come, but we'll see. Right now, I do enjoy playing NBA 2K, but there's times where the game becomes frustrating. I think I like 2K21 gameplay a little bit better than 2K22 just because it wasn't, you know, so not really paint focused, but like under the basket focused. So you can see here, we got a nice little lead, 44-24. We just destroying this game right now. Steph Curry with another 3 over Giannis, falling over on the sideline. And now another opportunity, Klay Thompson. Like I said, if we are not going to get an set offense, then I want to be on the fast break scoring. Let's get this game wrapped up. I want to get out of here. I want to get the victory, and I want to move on to the greatest of all time. I want to see what type of competition in there. And the weird thing is that the greatest of all time league, which is the top league, has more players than the Hall of Fame league, which is the second league. So I don't know if it's just, I don't know why some people get demoted, because I don't think you can get demoted in the greatest of all time, because you can't lose 3 games in a row, because if you lose 1 game, then you ultimately, I think if you lose 2 games, you have to restart the league. So you would never be demoted. But I don't know. When I get up there, if I get up there, we don't know how this game goes. I could just get disconnected and I have to start again. But we'll see how I get there, and eventually I will get there. So 52-28, fourth quarter, about 3 minutes remaining. We're playing good defense, man. But like I said, my opponent offense was nothing too crazy. He just really wanted to get like so close to the basket, and when he did, he was able to make a lot of shots there. He's shooting 42%. I'm shooting 64%. So I'm taking my time. I'm feeling really confident right now. Like, we're gonna advance. We're gonna get to the greatest of all time. But now we just have to try and take our time. Like in this game, I kind of had to do a little bit of cheese. I didn't really take the starters out because I just wanted them in for the whole game, and I think it paid off in the end here. You see, there's really no way my opponent can really come back, especially with the game plan he's trying to play with, and I don't think he has the same talent in shooting, 3-point shooting, as I do with the Golden State Warriors. And so it's looking like another victory for me. But this time around, when I was playing the games offline and on my own, in the tier 3, tier 2, they weren't too hard, but tier 1, it was a bit of a challenge, man. I don't know why. I lost like 2 games, and the guys in there, you know, when they get those tier 1 teams, those are the teams they really play with, and you know, they scheme and create a game plan. They come up with all the cheese and stuff. So, you know, you're gonna get good competition when you're going up against tier 1 team, because that's the team everybody is going to play with if they have to play a competitive game or they're playing for money on the line. So can't really fault them there. You know, they're gonna come up with their own game plan and strategy, right? So 62-32. Getting something to go here. Steph Curry wide open for another 3-pointer. Like I said, let it come naturally. We don't need to force anything. But, you know, this is a expected victory for us, because whenever you choose this 16-17 Warriors team, you have to win. You know, it might not be my proudest victory, but, you know, I needed to get this victory. I was tired of sitting in the Hall of Fame league with all the cheese and the ridiculous restarting games and stuff, and we end up getting the victory, and that means we're going to the greatest of all time. So not a bad way to end off this league. And finally, we get out of it. I just had to play with the Warriors, do what I had to do, and we are victorious. So now we're moving on to the greatest of all time. And look at my opponent. He really shot no shots outside. Maybe like 3 or 4, but that was really about it. So for advancing, we get 5,000 VC, my team packs, 3 my team packs, and yeah, we finally made it to the greatest of all time. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support, and I will see you in the next video.